Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday morning business chat where we have leaders come together and share some great wisdom. And then we open up for the community to ask questions and share. This is our time to be together and talk about business. So this morning we have a very special group that's going to educate you and enlighten you to the great resource that we have called Vibrant Living. We have three of our admins on the line, and a huge kudos. These people devote their time every week to be in support of our community, to keep things really compliant and online and, just working well. And they're amazing. They're amazing. So I'm going to turn things over to Helen Peak, and she's going to take it from here. Over to you, Helen.
Thank you, Robin, and good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, all of us working together as business cousins and co-creating and bringing out our own brilliance from each other, and as does our admin from Vibrant Living, who I really appreciate and have grown to love. And so we were chatting about Vibrant Living, and we didn't have any stories last week, so we couldn't do the spin. So of course, we're always here to encourage you to put your own stories up, as well as inform your teammates, if you're a distributor, to do the same, and even inviting the customers to do it as well. So we have some hints today for you that will make it easier for you to utilize it. And we're going to begin with our wonderful Angela Shaughnessy, who is our pro expert, amazing, kind-hearted admin. So Angela, thank you for all you do, and welcome this morning.
Well, thank you, Helen. We do have quite the amazing team, don't we? I can't wait to hear from more of them because they have some really good things to share. So I'll try to be as brief as I can. I know we don't have a lot of time. I think the key thing that you wanted me to cover today was the kind of how to and why, and the process of inviting people. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the biggest key factor is let people know you're inviting them to this group. We don't want you just randomly inviting people and they wonder why they're being invited. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of those invites and I usually just get rid of them right away. Let people know that you're inviting them. Hey, I thought you'd be really interested in this Vibrant Living group that I'm a part of. It's really positive, and this could be an approach if they don't know anything about what you're doing. They might not know anything about patching, LifeWave, any of that. And you can just talk to them about this great group. It's super positive. Nobody is ever negative. There's great recipes, there's health, there's lifestyle. People share their stories and victories, and you can tell them those types of things. And then let them know that you're going to invite them, let them know the name of the group, and then go into the Vibrant Living Facebook page and invite them. Now, this assumes you are already Facebook friends. And that's always the best way because we are talking about a relationship marketing company. So you want to be building relationships. It's always the best and easiest way to invite them if you're already Facebook friends. So once you're in the group, at the very top of the page, there's an invite button and you can just click their name. You can find it in your friends list and send the invite. And then it's always nice to follow up and make sure that they know that you sent the invite. Just make sure you click the join button because they do have to accept that to join the group. So you want to kind of take them through that process. If it's somebody you've maybe already talked to about patches, you can use a slightly different approach as far as, I want you to know it's completely not branded. We're not going to be sales pitching you. This is just a place where you can explore and learn more about the patches and what they're doing in people's lives. You can ask your questions safely, and you're not going to feel like you're being pitched or sold to all the time. So you can maybe take a couple different approaches. And then of course, there's another approach for your distributors. Make sure they understand their role as distributors going in, that we're sharing stories, we're creating intrigue and interest, and we're trying to help people come to this point where they want to know about the patches and they're asking about it. And then we always want to connect back to the person who invited them for specific questions. So again, no names of products or LifeWave or, it's the glutathione patch, it's the X39. We don't do that there. So the whole process of inviting is to make sure they know you're doing it. You send the invite, you follow up, make sure they click join, and then be sure to tag them in the welcome video. And that's in the announcement section. That gives them a good overview of the group. And you can just say, welcome to the group. tag their name, which you type the @ symbol and then type their name. It'll show up. You click on their name. If you're on a computer, it'll show in blue, it'll underline, and you'll know that they're connected. And then they get to be welcomed into the group, as well as have somebody go through. And Sabine and Victoria Ochoa, they both did a great job putting together that video. And really that explains everything about the group. And then you don't have to. So that's kind of the process of how to do it. Helen, is there anything else you wanted me to cover with that?
I just wanted to, let me see, there was one other thing. It was something about once they're in, they can, I can't think what it is. I'll come back to it. Okay.
Okay.
I know there was something else, but I'll come back to it.
Okay. I just want to
Sorry
make sure
about
everyone
that.
has a
It
chance
slipped
to
my
share their
mind.
great ideas.
Yeah. So next are you complete, Angela?
I think so. You know, the only other thing I should mention is if you're sending the link and telling them to join on their own, we do have to go through the approval process, make sure, so you might not be friends with them on Facebook for some reason, then you do want to make sure they know that there's an approval process. Be sure to, if I invite them, I'm going to say, be sure to put my name, Angela Shaughnessy, and who referred you, because then we as admins, when we have to approve that, we know they were actually invited. We don't have to hunt down any information, but it's always best to be friends with them first. So that was it.
That was it. Thank you. Now, Darlene, you're next, hon.
Okay. I love our Vibrant Living community, and every time I put a new customer on, and they're almost always preferred customers, I ask if we're friends on Facebook, and if we're not, I ask them to friend me so that I can invite them to this community, because it's so much easier if we personally invite them. It makes it a whole lot easier for us, and it's really an easy way for them to join the group. And I tell them Vibrant Living is a great, positive, upbeat community with healthy recipes and lifestyle, inspiration, and testimonial stories about how the patches have helped others. And I know you're going to love being a part of this community. I let them know that by reading other people's stories, they may become aware of positive signs they didn't even realize were happening in their own body, and things they might not have even expected it could help with. It'll also jog their memory of friends and family that may have an issue that they've read a story about, and that will help them qualify for our 3 and free program. That's a benefit for them being a preferred customer. And who doesn't like free? I've got a lot of my preferred customers that are super excited about that 3 and free program. And they're always looking for ways to find another customer to put under them. Then my distributors, I always tell them that they want to be a part of the Vibrant Living community, as well as the Live Younger community, because that's going to help their business grow. It'll help you build your customer base, and the more customers you have, the more income you'll make, and you don't have to worry and struggle about are you going to be qualified for that time frame. It's a great tool to teach your distributors how to grow their business. So it just helps all the way around. It's a great tool for helping grow your business. And then for friends that you haven't been able to tell about LifeWave yet, it's great to invite them, and it just kind of drips on them and lets them know what you're doing. And lots of times you have friends on Facebook that you've been friends with, but you're not in contact with them all the time. So it's a great way to invite them and say, it's a positive group. There's no negativity. And we all want more positive in our lives nowadays with everything that's going on. And then there's friends that have been resistant to listening to you about the patches. And maybe they just need to hear it from another person. They don't if they hear someone has a story about one of their health issues and it's really helped them, it might turn them around and they'll call you and say, hey, maybe I want to try that patch now. So does that kind of cover what you wanted me to talk about?
Yeah, and I love that idea, Darlene, that you know, brought your customers in, your preferred and your retail customers, because it's a great place for them to, gain confidence in the effects of the patch. And the same with the distributors, we can see. So anyone, doubting, or thinking, oh, is this really working or not? So all they have to do is come here and slide down through it, and they'll see all kinds of amazing, stories. So the other part was, back to you, Angela. There's a way you can search, right?
Yes, you can search for particular topics. If all you can remember is Darlene shared this story about her husband's eyes, and it was incredible. I got to find that story and tag my friend in it. At the top of the group page, there's a search feature, and that you can just type in a couple keywords. You can type in eyes, eye issues. You can type in Darlene and search for anything Darlene has posted. Or another way you can do it is if you just want to kind of scroll through and familiarize yourself with the stories, you can go into the guides and the stories section and just kind of look down the header names of the guides and the stories and what they were about. And you might find one that's about knee issues, and oh, Robin, she's the one who had that knee story. And then you can search further using that magnifying glass at the top of the group page, and you can find that incredible story that Robin shared about her knees, and you can tag somebody in that post. And again, tagging means you're drawing that person's name into the attention to the post, and you're giving them a notification. So it'll show up on their little bell notifications in their Facebook app, whether it's on their phone or on their computer. And you do that by typing the @ symbol, begin typing their name, and it will pull up their name. You can click on it, tap on it, and that will give that person's name a notification. So-and-so mentioned you in a post, and then they will go and check the post.
Yeah, and so I was thinking we have a vet appointment tomorrow, and our vet is an acupuncturist on the pets and very open, to different things. So we'll be bringing some patches, and then we invite her to the group and have her go look up pets, and she can scroll through and see all the results. So that's another way to use it. Is think about you're targeting a specific person. If it's an acupuncturist, maybe somebody had a story, using some acupuncture points that work. So Robin always teaches us to be a happy clicker, so happy click away, in Vibrant Living at all this, stories, scroll on down. And, a lot of the admins, we constantly add things. Darlene's the queen of all the wonderful recipes, and there's some folks here who do great inspirations. Rovell, she's really great at that. Different people. So I'm inviting you today to go ahead and start to play with Vibrant Living more, because Angela, why don't you tell them you've been involved with this kind of tool before? Tell them how important it is, would you, hon? Please.
It really is, because you're paying attention to your people, for one thing. You're building that relationship. Hey, I know you're interested in this issue or this kind of food, or you're interested in a certain kind of health information, and you're listening to them. You're showing that you care about them by tagging them in posts that might be beneficial to them. Not only that, you're like Darlene, that was brilliant the way you explained that. Thank you so much. That was fabulous. You're creating that intrigue, and then they might want to know about the patches, and maybe they weren't going to listen to you, but some other people talked about things, and that sparked their interest. And I know I heard so many examples of this, and I know of one recently where I posted something, and my sister's sister-in-law realized that I didn't know about that, so she asked about it, and that just helped them to have a conversation and meet her needs. So you just never know who you're going to help And you never know who you're going to inspire. You never know if your voice and your story is the one that's going to finally give somebody hope. And that is so important, because we are about giving people hope and giving them something that can turn their lives around. And whether that's helping you to grow your business, or whether that's like completely changing somebody's life, you just don't know. And it's so important that we all participate and we all share and we all add our voice, because every voice counts. Is that kind of the direction you wanted me to?
Yeah, I
Well,
just wanted them to know, because you've worked with us with another company, and it's a newer form, so it's not understood at first. So today we're really trying to help you understand what an amazing tool that we have here. Educational tool, as well as exposure to all our wonderful testimonials, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so there's the categories you can see. So we'd love to hear your recipes or your inspirations, and we especially like lifestyle. If you're out doing hiking in the Rockies or kayaking in Australia, wherever you are, doing whatever you are, take some pictures, show your patches, show how you've improved. Like we've heard so many X49 stories. We want to hear them here on Vibrant Living, as well as Live Younger. And in Vibrant Living, we never name the company nor the patches. You could actually name some of the issues, but it's not really, we don't usually recommend that, but it could happen there. It could never happen in our Live Younger, but we can name the patches of what was used. So speaking of that, a lot of times someone will ask a question. What happens if somebody says, hey, how do I get that? Angela, what happens? What do we do?
The best answer is, if it's your post and you've posted and somebody is asking you, what patches are you using? You want to let them know, be sure to get back to the person who invited you. They will know the specifics. And here's a fun little tip. For those of us who are distributors, we are learning, post our stories in Vibrant Living, but then go post it again in Live Younger. And you can do just a copy and paste, the exact same thing. Then go into the first comment and say, my patching protocol was, tell us what patches you used. Tell us where you used them, how often, or maybe for how long before you got the results that you wanted. Then we can guide our people, because we will have the information in the other one. Or, you can even describe, I used my stem cell patch to get these results, or I'm so grateful to my stem cell therapy, or however you're referring to it without naming it, my photobiomodulation. You can use those terms to create intrigue. And that tells every other distributor, oh, that is X39. Or you can say that patch, I used a patch that really helps me with my stress. It helps reduce my inflammation and my anxiety and all these different things. And that patch was super helpful when I used it at night. Helen, you just did this great vagus nerve post that was really educational. So I've been putting my Eon behind my ear on the right side at night, so you can describe the patches. And the best way I can tell you to do that is look at the materials on your back office. Get those descriptions of the patches as the benefits of what they do, and describe your patches in this way. This is my pain relief patch. This is my lowering stress and inflammation patch. This is my helping me sleep patch. This is my healthy skin and skincare patch. And you can describe it that way. If you're using X39 and X49, this is my performance bundle. And we all know what that means. So we can all help the people who don't know and who are asking questions.
Great. And then another thing is, say somebody does make a comment on a post that you did, but this person you don't know, you can then go into all the names of the people in the group, and then you see who invited that person in, and then you can tag them at their name in a comment. And then I go in and message that person and say, you have someone you invited to the group who's interested in something that I posted. And then, like Angela said, now we have it over in Young Living, and they can go look up what was that patch. So that's why it's important to post it in both places.
Yes, we're
Is that
trying to
clear,
give
Angela?
everybody.
Did you want to add something?
that was beautiful. And we're just trying to give everybody as many opportunities to understand what we're doing so that we can help guide our people. And you have to remember, you may think that you're the best person to answer everybody's questions, whether they're the people that you've brought in or not, but really whoever brought them in, whoever maybe is their sponsor, or maybe the person who's been talking to them, they have the relationship with that person. They know the details of that person's life. So we always want to somehow say, make sure you connect with the person who invited you, or you look in the member list and see, oh, Angela, she was brought in by Lori Andrews. So Angela, you need to talk to Lori because she's going to know the most particulars to help you. And that's how we don't give someone some guidance that maybe isn't correct for their situation, or how we don't overstep what we're doing. And we allow that relationship to be intact between the people who are working together.
Okay, now here's a question from Connie Lucas saying, are you sure anyone can see who invited them or just the admins? Now that I don't know the answer to. Do you?
Everyone can.
Okay, everyone can. Thank you.
If that was done, if you just send somebody to the group to join themselves, that direct contact will not be known.
Okay.
That will have to be please talk to the person who invited you. If you were invited into the group, it shows who invited you, and that link is preserved.
Okay, thank you. And then Kira made a comment saying that corporate doesn't want us to use the word paid anymore. So, we just have to start thinking differently, like, so extreme discomfort, so words like that, are good, and keep that in mind. Thanks for the feedback,
Yes.
everybody. Yeah.
Thank you, Connie,
questions.
for reminding us of that compliance language.
Yeah. And then the other thing to know is that when you invite people and, they ask a question, like I said, we're here to make sure that the person that you invited gets connected to you. You can be assured of that. So it's safe to bring people to our community. We are all here, respectful business cousins, helping to come together. Imagine what a great opportunity this is. If you only had your stories to share, there, with your team, that's kind of limited, but to have access to all of us is amazing. So I just love this tool. And speaking of that, why do I love it? I have had success, of course, right? I had a skin issue that was pretty intense, took some photos before and after, which is always great, before and after. And, keeping it, here's what was going on, here's what I did, here's the result, that kind of simple thing too, when you're sharing your story. So anyways, that skin issue, another friend had the same one. She got on, she saw that, she got on, got the patches, cleared her issue. Somebody else a couple people had pets. They weren't buying them for themselves, but as soon as something was there for their pet, bam, they got it. A lot of people are like that. People spend a lot of money on their pets. So those pet testimonials are really helpful. And then a couple people came on with, I don't even know the story that moved them. I think one of them was Robin's knee story, but they also became distributors. So sometimes they'll become a customer and stay that way. And other times they have become distributors. And I've got 3 that have become distributors. So those are my success stories. And I'm wondering if anybody else wants to share a success story that they've had from sharing Vibrant Living. You can unmute yourself if you have one. No, you just shared one, Angela, with you. It was a skin tag, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, and actually I've had other people, like somebody actually who is working with me saw that and said, gosh, I really didn't think about skin tags. And so now we're talking about some further things that might be more helpful to her on that. And it was actually Janet Kiefer who started that ball rolling, because she posted and talked about how she put the Alveda over skin tags and they fell off. So I'm like, brilliant, that's what I'm gonna try. And then I immediately had my own success story to add in too. So it just kind of self-perpetuates when we all keep trying different things and we get good results.
Thank you. Has anyone else happened to have an experience yet that they want to share, a testimonial?
Helen, we do have a couple more questions we should answer.
Okay, let's go. Go ahead. You want to go
One-
ahead, Darlene?
Okay, one is asking if she's not an official distributor, can she invite people to Vibrant Living? And I would say, yes, you can invite your friends. Once you are a member of the group, you have that invite button where you can go up and invite them. Just please tag them in the video so they know the do's and don'ts of our group.
And Darlene, all our preferred customers and, you know, especially them, they can come in, invite their friends and get their products for free. Like, you know, like you said before, that's an easy way for them to help get their products for free, right?
Yes.
And maybe if they start getting their products for free, they're gonna see, gosh, I'm actually building a business here. I'd like to upgrade to a business owner. Right?
And just so you know, when you are a preferred customer, when you move to become a distributor, those customers will come with you. Right now, you do have to call corporate to make that happen. But eventually, I guess we won't have to, but in the moment we do. So that's how you do that, right? Were there other questions, Darlene?
There's
you
one
noticed?
more that I noticed. They were asking, do you have to use the @ sign when you tag someone in a post? And I don't ever use the @ sign, and I've tagged lots of people. Just if they're already a member of the group and you type their name in, it will tag them in that post.
Make sure that the full name link, that you pick the
Mhm.
person out of the list that shows up, because if it's an Ann, for instance, you might get 5 people. Make sure you click on the right name. It's just that @ symbol beforehand will often make that process go faster and easier.
And I
But they
think
do
So-
both.
There's that. So I also wanted to say, so we do have a spin every week on our Monday night Live Younger call. And the spin goes to everybody who shares a story. Their name goes into the little app where there's a spin. And at the moment, we're Robin is giving out the Flip Flop CEO book, which is full of great information. And it's a mother and daughter who actually Robin had them on a Friday call. So if you want to go hear them, you can go to our liveyoungeryoutube.com and go look them up and listen to them, because, you know, the daughter was all into network marketing and the mom was the all, you know, nope. But she finally got it. And now they're very successful in network marketing. So it's great to help you understand how amazing network marketing is, as well as, you know, your distributors. So everybody, to get the value of network marketing, super important. So, and I see, Kira, you have a question. Let's have a chat after and I'll help you with that, because I'll do a personal call with you on that. So are there any other questions that anybody has about Vibrant Living? So who's going to win the book next week? I would just like to do a call to action and see, you know, for me, this is like a business. And one of my first mentors taught me that, you know, the way to succeed is always to be at the next event, right? And so to show up, you know, at the events. So these are events, you know, the posting is an event. Every day people can go check it out. Go check out Vibrant Living every day, Live Younger every day, you know, our LifeWave business builders on Facebook too. So these are the kind of actions. So I'm going to look for everybody and see if you're going to share one of your wonderful stories that has made a difference. What inspired you to share it, right? What happened to you? I want to hear it too. Do y'all want to hear it? Everybody, let's unmute. Who wants to hear the
We
stories?
have one more question.
Okay,
Helen.
what is
We
it?
have one more question. Let me.
I believe it was,
Darlene?
how long does it take once invited to connect
Yeah,
them?
how long does it
Yes.
take? If, once you enter the 3 pieces of information, how long does it take before the administrator accepts your invite?
Well, each of us is assigned to a day, right? So, we will, be responsible for that day. However, we all look all the time too, every day. So if I see that you're invited by Robin, I'll go, bam, approve, or I'll see you're invited by someone I don't know. I'll go check in the group, who are they? And it looks like, yep, they're a member. And oh yeah, I might have seen them on one of these calls, and we approve them. So as soon as we see it, we approve them. And we're all very, aware throughout the day because we get our notifications. Yeah. Thank you. Yay. Are we all, can we unmute now? Everybody, whoever feels like it, and just say, hey, I'm in. Who's in? I hope you understand vibrant living better now, because wow, what a tool. We're so blessed with our admin team and with all of the contributions that everybody shares, all the stories, and I'm looking forward to more of them.
And by the way, there is a guide in Live Younger for vibrant living. We've only got a few introductory posts in there, but we're working on developing that out further.
Great. Well, thank you, Darlene and Angela. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, and have a wonderful day. Bye.
What a great team.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.